Yo, what's going on? This is Ailex Wilder and it's Wild with Wilder. So I want to actually talk about something very different. You guys don't know this, or maybe you can tell if you have a sneak peek at what's kind of sitting behind me on my shelf back there. I'm a huge anime fan. I'm an OG anime fan. I've been in the anime community, in the anime game since I was a kid. When I was really young, I used to go and hunt for VHS tapes, buy them from Suncoast Video, rent them from Blockbuster, whatever I could kind of do to kind of watch and see whatever was available. Now, as an anime fan, as a fan of the whole NFT game, of the VV app, I'm just sitting on the edges waiting for those first massive anime blue chip projects to really appear. And I really don't think we're there yet. There are some things that are brewing, there are some things that are happening, but currently what's happening right now, it's the PFPs. There's some discussion under the works of photography projects, but what anime projects are really there? Now, my philosophy is a little bit different. I think that we haven't quite figured out how anime is really going to make its way into the NFT space yet. I think that the things that people are insisting are going to happen, the community run animated programming and things like that some of the projects are trying to make is good, but I don't think that I don't think we've quite made the right steps and to take certain leaps. So what I have been doing is I've been doing a lot of research. I've been trying to figure out what types of things are going to take us where we're trying to get with the pure anime in the NFT blockchain space, because I don't think we're there yet, but I feel like we're kind of getting on our way. So here's a couple of things that I have discovered. One, I've discovered that there are some projects that are kind of being done here and there, but it's a little bit different. They're not quite doing it in the same looking for a full group, full team, fully doxed group of individuals yet. It's still very kind of much in this really early phase. So I thought I'd share what I found with you guys so far, and we're going to call this new series Anime NFT Hunt. So let me tell you what I've been looking at. So I've been really kind of scrolling through and searching and really trying to find, where does the anime space really live? Now, I've looked on Ethereum, I've looked on a couple of different other types of networks. And, looking through like the Solana network, maybe they're trying to kind of copy the Ethereum network. Places like SoulSea, which I don't really go to anymore, places like Magic Eden, they're trying to be really Ethereum 2.0. So that's not quite it. But what I have found is that a lot of the anime projects are being presented via Polygon, and they're being done by individual creators. Now, why do I say this? There's a certain type of aesthetic, there's a certain type of vibe that I think you have to not only just be an anime project, but be one that people are actually gonna kind of find compelling. Like when I think about the NFT space, when I think about these things, it's like stock market for gamers, stock market for otaku, stock market for comic book collectors, things like that. So what do we really like? We're going to need something that allows that kind of anime energy into the space, that allows it to stand out, but isn't a carbon copy of what's going on with the PFPs. So I've seen a couple, like 2 or 3 projects where it's like, the one character and it's the PFP, and they're just kind of like doing like the different swaps. But it doesn't quite capture the same energy that a lot of anime programs does. So what I have done is I've been kind of combing through the things that have met my little criteria that I've determined of, these are the projects that I feel like are going to be the bridge from the current NFT verse over to the where anime NFT projects are actually going to end up, which is going to be a slightly different looking and feeling space. Now, there are some other ones where it's like straight game projects like MIP, where you can try to get on their whitelist, and this is fully 3D modeled, and they have kind of like the anime aesthetic a little bit. But that's not quite what I'm feeling right now. I think that the in-between space is like kind of the thing where it's not fully anime, but it is anime light, anime inspired. So if you look in the description, I'm gonna put links to all three of these first projects that I'm kind of like testing out. I went ahead and invested in them because on the Polygon chain, they're a lot cheaper. And if you've already moved your, or I guess if you've already bridged your Ethereum over to the Polygon network and OpenSea, which is what I did, you do pay the gas fee, but you don't have to keep continually paying it to purchase these projects. So it's like you kind of know what you're getting, you know what you're buying. And these are the three ones that I've arrived at right now. So this is the first of the anime NFT hunt. So let's kind of dive right in. So this is the first one that feels right to me. And I think that's why I'm so interested in it. So this is called Waifu Pixel. Now, I want you guys to look at this part kind of like right here. So you see there's only 89 items, and you see there's only 23 owners, and the floor price is 0.005. So that's like 0.005 Polygon. So what's that, like $20, $18 or something like that? But look at the art. They're pixel animations, kind of in the PFP vein, but they have a slightly different energy to them. You have the schoolgirl outfits with the guns. You have the schoolgirl outfits with kind of like the glasses animation, which I really like. But if you look at the prices, 0.05 ETH, and maybe I can kind of move that over a little bit so you can kind of see a little bit more. What I like about this project is that it has an anime aesthetic, but it's doing something a little bit different than just the static PFP style images where you can just tell they're swapping assets. Like you can feel the one-of-one work on these. And I think that this is where the bridge of the anime process is gonna go. And I'm telling you why I'm picking these one-on-one projects as well. So I love this artwork. I love the fact that it's artwork, one-of-one, but also still collectible. I almost actually bought this one here. So these are projects that I've already invested into myself. So I'm not just gonna tell you stuff that I wouldn't have purchased. But yeah, I just love the aesthetic. And I wanna show you some of the more rare ones that they have. I'm gonna keep scrolling a little bit, so bear with me. So look at that one, looks like Lilith. That one where her skirt's on fire. And then these, you have to make offers on once you get a little bit further down. But yeah, at the most 0.01 ETH, which is about $100. And that's the Polygon ETH, the Polygon stake, Polygon bridged ETH. Now I also wanted to point out that if you click the links below, don't just take my word for it. Make sure you click the Twitter right here. That's going to take you to the person's profile, scroll through it, do your own research. This is not financial advice. This is just kind of my opinion. And then follow their original link back to the OpenSea page just to make sure it's the safe and correct link. I'm going to get into why I think that the one-on-one, follow the individual artist is kind of the way to go for the anime hunt as opposed to the traditional docs team, full group. You're going to get into the mint process. Whitelist is not quite where we're at with the anime projects. Maybe that will be where we're going, but I don't think that that's where we're at. So look at the second one that I also bought into. It's called Baby Platypus. Now, I like these for a lot of reasons. The art feels anime. So you know if you have that kind of classic 90s, late 80s illustrative work, and this character, the baby platypus, can actually looks like it would actually belong in an animated project. Like it could have been in Honey and Clover. It could have been a mascot in one of those classic anime programs from the early 2000s or late 90s. And the characters are different enough. So you see this one, number 9, and this one doesn't have a number on it, but the baby platypus treasure crocodile. They're similar enough so they're still part of that set, but they're different enough so you have that nice variety. The artwork is just, I think the artwork is just really, really cool, really dreamy. I have one of these purchased, and then I have an offer on one of these as well, because they're getting kind of snatched up for these nice low prices. And you see here, you have this one over here that's animated, and I think that's part of it too. Like, I'm not saying that the animated versions are going to be better, but I think that's where the anime style is going to kind of go. That kind of pixel art, that kind of animated thing that you can only do with a 2D. I love this project. I think that these are kind of a steal. And don't worry, I'm going to get to the end about why I think it's really interesting for these single created projects, as opposed to these like full teams are going to be the way to go. So, okay. So let me show you the last project I bought into. There's one more project on top of it actually that I haven't bought into yet, so I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to wait until my offer is received or until I actually officially buy one to see kind of how that process goes. I don't want you guys just aping into something just because I aped into it. Definitely check these out. Start with the Twitter, which is linked on their OpenSeas, to make sure you're getting the right links. Find out if this is something that you like. And I'm not even telling you this is what you should do. This is my theory. It's just, it's past the hypothesis stage where I'm thinking this is something that is actually going to be beneficial in the long term. So as in my other videos, I'm doing like the road to blue chip through the VV app, which I'm going to make another video of that after this. This is like my intuition, my anime knowledge, kind of like knowing what aesthetics go within the anime community and seeing how it could actually maybe be the right investment as a bridge to the future of what the anime PFP projects and the anime NFT projects are actually going to be. So let's look at this third project that I bought into, and this is my favorite of the three. This one is called Gummy Bear. Now, I think these are really, 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 really cool. They're all animated, and I just think that these are just so interesting. So at first I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna get kind of bored of just the one little tiny jump. They all seem the same. But once you get to out of the 0.005 range, and even some of those in 0.005, you start to see where the art starts to get a little bit nicer and a little bit cleaner. Hold on, a little bit further. Right about here. The art starts to get more interesting. The art starts to get cleaner. And you start to see, oh wait, there's actually some really cool versions of these. These little guys just steady hop. They just keep bouncing. And as you can see, they have that nice anime appeal to them. You have the nice kind of cutesy characters. You have the nice big wide eyes. You could see them as almost like these chibi figures that would pop up, or like as these little side characters that might be in an actual anime show. And that's what I mean by bridging the gap, where I'm looking for the first NFT like Hello Kitty. And I don't mean like literal Hello Kitty to where, oh, I need the IP and stuff like that. I mean like those characters where they're anime, so the anime fans know what's going on, but if you're not an anime fan, you still kind of understand, oh, these are just fun little cartoons, and that's kind of how you feel. And I think as you get further and further down, these get great. And what's so funny is that one of the ones that I bought, and I kind of regret that I don't have my page up. I'll show it another day, but I got this really cool Mega Man version of these, and it has a slightly different animation. Okay, so here's one. Here's a Mega Man one, but that's like the red version of the Mega Man, Mega Dog. So there was a Mega Man one, and it stops, and it has a little blaster, and it actually shoots. And there was one for Zero that actually stops and actually shoots as well. And I waited to today, and I was like, well, I'm gonna, because I was still bridging over some ETH and moving some ETH over, then turning into Polygon. I'll buy the Zero one in the morning, and I missed it. When I went to actually make the purchase, it was gone. It was at 0.01 Polygon ETH, which in my opinion is really, really worth it. And if you look and scroll through here, it's no longer listed. Look, 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 look. I mean, I just think that these are super, super cool. And I wonder if I keep going, if the one that I purchased, look, there's an Ultraman one, which is super cool. I may actually put a bid in on that one. But these just have that nice appeal to them. They just feel super, super fresh and super, super different. And that's kind of what I'm getting at when I'm talking about bridging the gap of getting us from here with just typical PFPs to here. Because you know, if you're an anime fan, that the anime community, it seems like it would be the same as like the comic book world, but it's not. It fractures, and the way it diverges is very different from what comic book fans want to get out of a book versus what anime fans want to get out of a book. So I highly recommend you keep researching, because that's what I'm going to kind of do. I'm going to keep researching. I have some other projects that I'm still looking into that I'm definitely going to share, but my favorite is definitely Gummy Bears. I'm definitely going to buy another if some of my offers don't get accepted. Because I have 2 right now, but I want to have at least 3. And there's tons, they're super cheap, and it seems like Polygon is the way to go. So let me make this last point, and then I'm going to leave you at that. Why am I looking at these non-giant programs with multiple people, and we're working on this huge process, and it's a huge mint process and things like that? The odds just don't seem like they're really going to work out. So I started thinking about it in terms of, for the anime thing, there aren't really any anime projects that are exploding. There's that one Azusa or Zula or Azuka or something like that, where they have the spinning Senzu beans and the mint process is super low, and you're gonna get a PFP and it's gonna be the same thing again and again. That's cool, but where are those breakout projects? So I'm starting with the Polygon network, because they're good for one of one collectors, and it seems as if there's a lot, like the talent in these projects is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of insane for the cost, and I can only see upside. I can only see this brilliant thing. So a lot of it, when you get into and you jump into the Twitter space, these guys are following each other. These projects that you're seeing, if you go to the original like collector and their collections that they've created, they have more than one. They have often one on the Ethereum network and one on the Polygon network. Just for a little insight, if you stuck around for the entire video, look at the Ethereum collection for the Gummy Bears creator. It's outstanding, and that's going to be in one of my future videos when I talk about the one-of-one projects that I found in the Animeverse for Ethereum collection, because there's some fire ones there too. But I want to buy into some of those first, and the gas is just ridiculous right now. But all that being said, I think that this is a very huge untapped resource. Now, obviously, I don't have any way of knowing this other than just having been in the anime space for so long, knowing what the community likes, knowing what the community is really attracted to, and kind of understanding that they don't want to be exactly like the current NFT marketplace. They want to stand out. They want to do something that's kind of new and different. So the IPs are coming. There's going to be anime IPs on the VV app. There's going to be some that are developed. There was that whole huge debacle with the Renjutsu thing where they pretended like they had licensing and they didn't, and they got taken down. But in the meantime, How do we get ourselves acclimated? Well, look at these projects. These artists are in Thailand. These artists are in Japan. These artists are, I think actually 2 of them are in Thailand. But that's where I think the gems are, on the Polygon network, where no one's really paying attention. And I think that if I grab them now, and if we grab some now, we might be putting ourselves ahead of the game towards the end of 2022, because these projects are new. They're 2021 projects. So imagine if you were in the early stages of some of the earlier Ethereum projects that have kind of stepped onto the market, because I know what's going to happen. I just know it. I know it right here. These people are way too talented. They're going to get snatched up by somebody who understands company structure. That's somebody who understands how to bring people together and how to orchestrate a grander scale project so that it can turn into those humongous blue chip projects. And I want to have the artwork in my collection for these top tier people, for when they get in those big blue chip projects, the value of their earlier pieces are just gonna shoot up. So I'm doing my vetting, I'm doing my checking. These are the ones that I like. Make sure you do your own research as well. Thank you for watching Wild with Wilder. This is the first video on the anime NFT hunt. I will have another one coming soon, and watch some of my other content as well. So love everybody, peace, be smart, be safe, research, research, research. I'm out. Real quick, I found the one that I bought. It's still up there. I want to show it to you guys. So check out that little guy, the Mega Man Gummy Bear Mega Blue. He's fire, he stops, he shoots with the gun. Yo, that is what's up. I wonder if the 0 is still there. There's one. That's the one that I wanted to buy, and someone snatched him up probably earlier today. So I think these are going fast. Definitely check them out if you want to get yours. But hey, it's coming. Peace.